Hey, Milburn. Hey, what you doing, baby? Has your boss been gone for a week, huh? Has your boss been gone for a week? Y'all so happy to see me, huh? Y'all happy to see me? Oh, me. I've got about 2 hours before it gets dark. I just got home from Nashville. I've been gone 7 or 8 days, and I was talking to Terry Stacy from WBIC Radio up in Indianapolis. I want to be up there at the Indianapolis Boat Show. Hi, baby doll. And she said, okay, on our days off, we go fishing. Terry loves to fish. She's a good fisherman. She said, on our days off, we go fishing. She said, what do you do on your day off? And I said, you're not going to believe it, Terry, but I'm going to be home about an hour and a half before dark, and maybe not even that, hour and a half before dark, and I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to go down on the pier. That's all I got, just a short period of time, and I'm going to go down on the pier and go fishing. You are a pest, little guy. He says, I want to fight. I want to play. That's the problem with little Buck's right there. He wants to see what he wants to do. He's trying to get me to spar with him a little bit. See him there? And Lucy, she just wants to love her boss. She wants to love her boss is what you, oh, you are such a sweet girl. She said, where have you been, boss? Anyway, all right, so we're going to go down on the pier and see if we can catch a fish or two. The other day, right before I left, I caught 3 off the pier. So if we can catch 3, it's going to be a great day, great evening. Come on, guys, let's go fishing. All right, before we left, I caught fish on 3 different baits. One of the things about this time of the year is you can catch fish a lot of different places. Fish are shallow, a few of them. Depends on the day. Fish are medium and fish are deep. So, and before I left, actually, I came down here a little bit before dark, the day right before I had to leave on this last 7-day trip, and I caught 3 fish. I caught one of them on that American Original Deep Smoothie right there, and I couldn't catch any more on it. I went over around the bank, and I started throwing a crankbait, and I caught, the spinnerbait, Legend spinnerbait, and I caught one on that spinnerbait, and I couldn't catch any more, and so then I picked up a. That's a fish. First cast. Very first throw. I asked Chris come down and fish yesterday because it was day before because it was 74 degrees. I said, how many did you catch? She said, I didn't catch any. She said, but they like to bite for you. They'll probably bite. And I said, well, I don't know if I catch you or not, but that's the very first throw. We need to do one of the live fishing challenges like we did last year, when we were guessing have people guess how many casts it took. Look at that fish. Will you look at that fish? Look at how healthy. Oh, that's a way to break a rod, Jimmy. Look how healthy. Boy, just barely caught it. Hey, careful. Looky there, just barely caught that fish. I got my barb smashed down on that crankbait. That's a 3.5-pound bass right there. Maybe a 4-pound bass. That is what a deal. What a way to start. Very first cast. In fact, I didn't even wind it very much. Chris is giving me dirty looks. This is the only night I'm home, baby. I've been gone 7 days. I've been gone, give you another 7 days. This is the only night I'm home. Do not get mad at me. Get back, Beamer. Here comes Lucy and Milburn. Very first throw over there. We did a deal last year. We ought to do that again this year some. Well, we walk down here to the pier and do a... Hi there. Hi there, baby dolls. Hi there, guys. Well, we walk down to the pier and do a contest and give away prizes and guess how many casts it will take to catch a fish, and then guess what that fish will weigh. And we did that last year about 3 or 4 times. It was a lot of fun. You know, we had some fish that was in on that bank over there with shad. I never, ever caught one the first cast. Never did that. I got a little bit of Roland Martin in my reel there. I've got to pick you out, Roland. But, and you know, and sometimes it would take 25 or 30 throws to catch one. And, ooh, I think I got a bite right there. I'm cranking that crankbait so extremely slowly up there. It's amazing. I mean, very, very slowly. And the grass is beginning to grow already, I think, because I'm getting in that grass pretty quickly. I get in that grass, I pop it out of the grass. The fish, that fish bit before it ever got to the grass. I'm throwing up and it's on the inside edge of the grass. Hi there, Milburn. Hi, Milburn. How's Milburn? You missed that fish. You wasn't down there when I caught the fish. You dilly-dallying around up there on the bank. Yeah. That's a big, long cast to get that bait in there close to that bank. And then just barely cranking that crankbait. And as soon as I feel it touch grass, I'm trying to ease up on it. If I feel any grass on it, I pop it and jerk it and get it out of that grass. Let it float up a little bit and wind it very, very slowly. I mean, really, really slow. That might be the only one up there. The other day after I caught one, I caught him about halfway back to the end of the pier here, out here where we're fishing. About halfway back, I caught one. I just jerked it out of the grass, and when I did, after I jerked it out of that grass, he bit it. And that's the only one I caught. I made probably another, I don't know, fished another 20 or 30 minutes. And never did catch another one on a crankbait. That was it. Now, I didn't catch that one first throw, but I'd fished maybe 10 or 12 throws was all. And that's the only one I caught. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. Oh, that's another good one too. I'm telling you. I love this game. I love this game. Oh yeah. Not quite as big as that other one was. He tried to come up and jump. He's not going to jump at all. He'd come up and quit. He's not near as big as I thought he was. That's a small one. That's a nice bass, though. There's nothing wrong with that fish. Nothing wrong with that fish. Nothing like what we're catching around some of the lakes here in Oklahoma right now. But these fish have only been in this lake. You know, we restocked this. Look at Milburn. Look at Milburn. Look at that. Isn't that funny? He's licking that bass, just like Milburn does. I mean, Beamer. Now, I've never seen Lucy do that to a bass. Look at Beamer wants to get it. Look at Beamer. Milburn says, "What is that, boss? What was that? What was that, huh? Did that taste good? Do you like sushi? Do you like sushi? Huh?" Man. I feel better. I was beginning to get the shakes. I hadn't fished. I got my rod and reels out over there at the Tractor Supply Show. There's another one. Golly, they're stacked in there. That wind's blowing, see, coming in this way, and it's blowing shad in there on that bank. Those bass are getting over there. I caught that in the exact same spot. That's a good one there. That's a good one. That last one was almost too big to lift over like I lifted. This one might be, I don't know. Of course, I thought that last one was a lot bigger than he was. That's a pretty nice one. That's a pretty nice one. We restocked the Eagle here, 2016. We lost the lake 2015. I think this is going to be a banner year. We're going to catch a lot of really nice fish like this. See, he just barely caught with just one. That's, God, Jimmy, you're going to break your rod doing that. I can't hold the line. Here. Look at that. Look at that fish. Will you look at that fish? Holy smokes. Don't get the bait, guys. Look at that. That's a solid 4-pound bass right there. Good solid. No. Good solid 4-pound fish. I got line out. I got Milburn wanting to. Milburn says, "Let me lick that, boss." That's funny. That's good sugar right there. Golly. Oh man, let's get right back down there again. That is amazing. Comes a helicopter. It's probably Roland trying to find my honey hole. Roland comes down here and fishes with me some. I haven't got Bill down here. Hank Parker's been here. Roland's been here. But Dance has not come over here. Hard to get him out of the Memphis city limits unless it's go fish on Arkansas River and catch catfish. Bill loves to catch those big catfish. That's a big helicopter. That helicopter's got, zoom in on it. That helicopter's got 2 big old blades, big old military helicopter. They're probably looking down there saying, "I wish I was down there with Jimmy, catching those fish." I'd kind of like to be up there with y'all. That'd be fun flying in that helicopter. Not near as much fun as doing this right here. I got a buddy of mine out in Phoenix, Rage. Oh, there's another one. Golly, that fish was shallow. I didn't wind that thing 3 or 4 casts and I caught that fish. Well, I got out all those other rods, probably for no reason whatsoever, because they're shallow. I bet I could take my spinnerbait and go down that bank and maybe catch one. This is 4 fish, man. This is amazing. This is so much. Oh, Lord. Omaha boat show, I might not be there. I might have to stay here and catch fish. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, once I get through this next 7 or 8 days, I'm going to be here fishing quite a bit. I'm going to go fish down in Alabama for 4 or 5 days right after the Bassmaster Classic. And I'm going to do some fishing here at home with some friends. Oh, man, look at that. Is that something? That, you see that grass? Now, that is not the grass we're catching them out of. You see that grass here? This is some that he got hung up in while he was fighting out there. That's not the grass. That's yucky stuff right there. This is stuff it grows on the wood, and early in the year, but you know, when the water's cold, it gets on your bait. And it's bad. It's not the good stuff at all. The coontail moss is where we're catching those fish, and you'll notice. This is something I do if I'm not fishing tournaments. And since I'm not fishing tournaments, probably all of my lures are going to be this way. I got the barb smashed down on those. And this one's broke off. I got the barb smashed down on those hooks. I just take and smash them down. And they're kind of all bent around. But it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter if they get off. But you notice, even with the barb smashed down, and with them just barely getting hooked, I still haven't lost any fish. And I'll probably lose one here in a minute. Wow. I was thinking if I could catch 3, I'd be doing great. I've already beat that. This is super. This is so amazing. They love that little flat right there. I've got a lot of gravel in there. When this lake was empty, I hauled pea gravel in from a creek out here in the middle of the lake. I found a creek out in the middle of the lake had a lot of pea gravel, and I loaded it up and hauled it from out in the middle and hauled it up on that bank and put it in there so the bass could spawn on it and bluegill could spawn on it. And I'll tell you what, when it comes spawning season, that's that yucky grass again. I'm hitting something down there and getting that junk on there. I don't like that. And they stand in line to wait to spawn. That's right. They're like waiting for a table at a restaurant, but they're not to eat. They're standing in line waiting to get in there to spawn in where that pea gravel is. And they like that pea gravel. They get in there on the inside of that pea gravel and feed on these shad. There's another one right there. Golly, they are stacked in there. Chris is giving me the dirtiest looks. Val, help me here, girl. She's. But it was too pretty when she was down here. It's 50 degrees, the wind blowing. It's kind of chilly, and those fish, they probably weren't in there, baby. They probably not here when you were down here the other day. Did you try this lure that I got right here? You did? Look at that fish. Look at that fish. Golly. Oh, man. I'm going to break my rod, sure as the world. Look how healthy those fish are. That is amazing. Hey, that's it, Miller. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the belly on that booger. Will you look at the belly on that fish? What do you think, Lucy? Huh? What do you think, Lucy? What do you think, huh? You like Milburn? I've never seen you do that before. No, he said, I'm going to lick that tail. Oh, don't bite it. Don't bite it. It's not grapes. Not something to eat. Don't bite it. You can lick a little bit, but can't bite it. Look at that bass. Look at that bass. That is a beauty. Those things are gaining about a pound and a half a year. It's just absolutely amazing how much they're gaining. And we've got a lot of shad in here. We put all those crawfish in. I don't know if y'all saw the video that we did last year around Memorial Day, but my buddy Ross Cagle and his brother Steve, they bring me a couple thousand pounds of crawfish. They go down and get them pretty much right off the boat, and we put them in this lake and put them in the other lake. We got a real big crawfish population. We probably lose about 20 or 30% of them that actually die, you know, just to hauling so many. I'm not going to haul quite so many this year. Plus, we have a big crawfish bowl. We're going to do that again this year. We'll shoot a vid on that. Crawfish bowls are fun. Woo-hoo-hoo. I can't hardly wait. But mostly we're just trying to, you know, get the crawfish. And a mama crawfish will have about 200 babies. So once you get them started in a lake, And it's a little early. I mean, we might catch a bass with a crawfish whisker sticking out, but very few crawfish are out right now. They're still hibernating. Some of these pretty days like Chris had the other day when it was 75 a couple days ago, you know, that some of the crawfish may come out, I guess. I don't know. They come out, some of these bass are going to catch them. But I think these bass are fat on shad, and then plus they got, the eggs are beginning to get bigger. The eggs are not very big right now. Most of that is just bass. It's just a belly and eating shad and full of shad and stuff like that. You want to go in there on the bank and throw a spinnerbait a little bit and see if maybe we can catch a fish on a spinnerbait. What I was hoping to do, honestly, I had no idea I could catch this many bass this quick. I mean, this is amazing to me. I was just hoping to catch maybe 2 or 3. If I could do that, I felt like I was just having a really, really great evening. But I've caught several, you know, right here in one spot. But I thought maybe I'd do this, and I'll pick my spinnerbait up and go in there on the bank and throw that spinnerbait down in really shallow water and see if I can catch 1 or 2 on a spinnerbait. A couple of these have come up pretty shallow. And then maybe I was going to throw that worm and see if I catch one out deeper. Because what I was thinking is the other day I thought, oh man, that wasn't a fish. In that grass sometimes you don't know for sure, especially when you jerk it out of the grass and you go to pull it. You know, a lot of times that's when they'll bite it. But I was going to show you how you could catch fish a lot of different depths this time of the year. They're not all deep, they're not all shallow, they're not all medium. They're kind of in all 3 places. And I did that the other evening. I caught 1 in each of the 3, and I never could catch any more. All I did get another bite out in 25 foot of water on a worm, and I didn't catch it. Now, I think I got 2 bites that I missed, as a matter of fact, on that worm. But now these fish are all going to come to the bank before it's said and done, and it won't be long till they do that. Get out of the grass. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a spinnerbait. Let's take a Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbait. Let's go in there and throw it up and down the bank and see if we can catch one on spinnerbait. We won't try very long, just a little while, and see what'll happen there. Because I'm going to have to end this video pretty quick because Chris is wanting to catch one. I can just tell by the look on her face. She's wanting to catch one. I'm going to have to let her catch one. But you know what she's thinking? I bet he catches them all till they quit biting. And then he's going to let me fish. No, I won't do. I would never do that. I got a crawfish color, a fire tiger color, which is crawfish color, Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbait with the round blade on it there. That's a 3/8 ounce spinnerbait. And what we're going to do is just fish the thing up real shallow right here and see if maybe we can catch a fish. My guess is if we can catch 1 or 2 shallow, it won't be nearly as large as what we've been catching on the inside edge of that grass. The other day I come up here and caught one right off the bat, up pretty shallow. So we'll get that thing up there close to those trees and see what might happen. We got cloud cover, so it'd be really pretty easy for one to slip up there, particularly if, and look at there, it's the smallest one we caught. Oh, here comes Beamer. Look at Beamer. She heard that fish splashing. That's nothing wrong with that fish there. But she heard that fish flashing, and here she come and running. What do you think, Beamer? Huh? Just like what I thought the fish up here in real close might be a little bit smaller fish, and sure enough it was. So now we've caught one really, really shallow. We've caught some in the intermediate spot, mid spot. I'm gonna go out and try to throw that worm out there and really deep. I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait in here a little bit more. That was only the 2nd throw with that spinnerbait up close to the bank. Isn't that something? That just shows you that you can catch fish in a lot of different places, but this time of the year, these fish are wanting to come shallow. Just biologically, they're filling up with eggs. Their eggs are growing. They want to come shallow. They're coming shallow with those pretty days like we had down here a couple days ago when it was 74 degrees. Water warms up a little bit, so the fish are getting shallower. They're following the shad. Wherever the shad are going to go, that's where they're going to be. But so you can catch them really in a lot of different depths. That was pretty good. This is like you wrote a script or something for it. I can't believe that. This doesn't happen very often. Let's go throw out there now in 25 foot of water. Okay, we've caught 5 or 6 up on that crankbait. What do you think, Milburn? Hi, baby. Hi, buddy. How you doing? How you doing, Milburn? You see how jumpy he is? Bucks are just spookier than does. There's just something about them. They're just, you know, they just know somehow. You're a pretty baby boy, though. Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to rut this fall, I'm going to tie ribbons on your little horns and put you outside the high fence where you can't hurt anybody, because you're probably going to get kind of dangerous. He's wanting to fight and play, and it's all he's wanting to do is play. But even like that, he can be, you know, he can hurt you just a little bit. When he gets horned, he can be dangerous. So we're not going to let that happen. We're going to put him outside the high fence. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Okay, here's what we're going to try to attack them with next. All I've got on here is just a big 8-inch baby Huey worm, Lucky Strike baby Huey worm. I got it Texas rig. I'm come in here and run the point of the hook down right there, angle it back a little bit, bring it out and skin hook it. That way it's skin hooked right there. I've got a little 1/2 ounce sinker on it. That may not be quite a 1/2 ounce. That may be 3/16. It might be, I mean, a 1/4 ounce. I don't know what that. Yeah, that's probably just a 1/4 ounce is all that is. Anyway, let's go throw this thing out here. Got it on a spinning rod, 20-pound high seas braid. And I'm gonna come out here and fire that baby out there in about 20 foot of water. It's about 20, 25, 30 about out in there. I'm gonna let her go all the way down to the bottom. Now, if we can get a bite or two doing this, this will be pretty sensational. Just exactly what I did the other day, and it was, you know, it just tells you that you can catch them in a lot of different places this time of the year. They're wanting to go to the bank. They're wanting to go shallow, but they're following those shad around. Now, if we catch one out in this deeper water, most likely it's going to be a bigger fish. It's going to be, now, you know, we've caught a couple of 4-pounders on that crankbait. But if you get a bite out here in the middle, it's probably going to be, and I'm fishing that worm really, really slowly, keeping it down there on that bottom, about 20 foot deep out there, about where I threw right there. We'll work that baby in. Hey, Milburn. Hey, Milburn. Milburn's getting pretty good size. He's about as tall as Lucy, maybe even taller. He's just not nearly as long. I think he might be taller than her. By golly, I believe he is. Yeah, look at his head. His head's a little bit taller than Lucy, maybe. You're growing, little guy. I don't think he's going to have much horns, though. That's the only thing. He's just lucky to be alive. Both of these deer are. Lucky Lucy, lucky Milburn. Milburn, stay down. Quit being a pest. Well, that worked like a 0. You got to get around the shad. Just got to get around that shad. Wherever the shad are, that's where the bass is going to be. You know, a lot of the bluegill are out in really deep water. I think that's one of the reasons why you catch fish out in 20, 25, 30 foot of water and you still catching them up shallow on crankbaits, is because a lot of those bluegill are down deep, and those bass feed on those bluegill also. And there's no bluegill shallow at all hardly right now. I mean, turn the feeder on, feeder throws feed out there, nothing happens, you know. Nothing up there. They're all down there really deep. Bluegill get very, very deep in the winter. All right, I'm gonna go out to 30 foot of water here. I've been about 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna go out to 30 foot, let her go all the way to the bottom. Da, 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 da. Let her go all the way to the bottom. Uh-oh, the deer have gone on point. They hear something. They're hearing something up there. I think all the fish that were deep that I was getting to bite the other day before I went on this trip must have moved up shallower on the inside of that grass. Those are probably some of the same ones that I was getting to bite out here the other day, because I haven't had a bite out there. I've tried 3 different depth ranges. If they're out there and you get around close to them, they're going to probably bite right now. I mean, it's the perfect time of the evening. Cloud cover, the wind out of the south, southeast really. When the wind's out of the south, it blows the bait in the fish's mouth. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. How you doing, Lucy girl? Huh? How you doing? How you doing, Milburn? Hi, baby. Hi, Milburn. Beamer says, what about me, boss? What about me, boss? That's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah, that's my girl. Yeah. girls are so special. Yes, yes you are. That be you. You're a girl. Yeah, you say, I know I'm a girl, boss. I know I'm a girl. I'm a Labrador. Those are Labradors and Labradors. Hey guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed that. We're out here working hard, doing videos all the time, and we really, really appreciate you watching, more than you can ever know. Be sure to hit that sub button and subscribe to our channel because we need every one of you. Hey, have a lot of fun. Let's go.